What is the most famous Irish song out there? You've probably asked yourself this before at some stage. Stick around because in this video we will explore exactly that and discuss the reasoning behind why I chose it. At the end of the day, I want you to keep an open mind because, to be honest with you, this was not an easy decision. Let's start to narrow things down a little bit. Context is important. Like, are you an Irish music enthusiast? From the US, UK, Australia, or elsewhere across the world? Do you live in Ireland now, and are you exposed to the music we hear on the radio on a daily basis? When we talk about a famous or a popular song, it'll definitely vary based off of these factors. Even your age will come into play, but also not to forget the obvious, moving on to the genre of the music. Are we talking strictly traditional Irish tunes or folk songs even? Or are we reaching a bit further and looking at more modern bands and mainstream stuff like U2, Thin Lizzy, Cranberries, Westlife, or the likes of that? What I'm going to try and do here is touch on a bit of everything at first, and then at the end of the video I'll give you my opinion and reasoning. Don't worry as well, you can still roast me in the comment section if you don't agree with me. Let's start with good old trad. Trad music, as most of us know, is mostly instrumental, consisting of different types of tunes like slow airs, jigs, reels, the list goes on. These tune types and their popularity vary by region. If you're from the Cork and Kerry area, you might be more familiar with polkas and slides. If you're from Sligo, maybe it'll be reels and jigs. You get the idea. For me, there are 3 tunes that stick out. Let's have a quick listen to each of them. So, the cash jig, let's start with that one. This is one that's played quite often. It's easy to play, sounds good as well, and it's also featured in the movie The Titanic. Do you know the bit when they're dancing in third class? With The Titanic as well at the time, it used to be the highest grossing movie for 12 years, until it was overtaken by Avatar. It made a whopping $2.2 billion. If you've watched that movie, you've heard the cash jig, so it's well known even if you knew the name or not. As for the other two, Britches Full of Stitches is a standard tune for absolute beginners to know. If you dabble in a bit of trad, then you may have heard or even played this song. Drowsy Maggie as well, it will be a little bit more complicated tune to play, but it's still a very popular one for sessionists to play together. For me, when we talk in trad, it has to be the cash jig that stands out as the most popular. Now let's have a little look at the folk music side of things. The bands that come to mind when we talk about folk music: the Dubliners, Chieftains, Wolf Tones, Christy Moore. There's an absolute ton of songs here that we can choose from, and picking one was extremely difficult, but I took a load of factors into consideration and I think it's a good choice in the end. Again, 3 songs stand out for me here. Let's have a wee listen to them as well to familiarise ourselves.
Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling.
Blow I the fields of Athenry.
So firstly, Back Home in Derry. This was a song that was written by Bobby Sands while he was imprisoned in HM prison maze. While leading the 1981 hunger strikes, he died after 66 days. He campaigned for rights for political prisoners. The song was popularised by Christy Moore, and the song was set to the tune of Gordon Lightfoot's The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. The story behind Back Home in Derry is one steeped in history and definitely popular throughout the crowds. Next, Danny Boy. Oh, Danny Boy. This is popular because of its emotional melody and universal themes of loss, love, and longing, making it a staple at funerals and memorials, and it easily resonates with a lot of people. It's set to the traditional Londonderry air. Its emotional pull transcends Ireland and relates with a more global audience. And then we've got Fields of Athenry. This is the go-to song for fans of Irish football, and rugby fans as well. When Ireland is winning or losing miserably, we'll still sing the Fields of Athenry. Sport is something that is familiar for people across the world, and chances are, if you've watched a football or a rugby match, chances are high that you've heard this song, even if you can't make out the words because tens of thousands of people are singing it at the same time. As well as that, the story behind the Fields of Athenry is one that can tug on anyone's emotional strings. A man was transported from Ireland to Botany Bay in Australia for stealing corn to feed his starving family during the famine. So that, combined with its popularity in sports, makes the Fields of Athenry the most popular folk song in my opinion. So we're moving through the years and we're coming up to the more modern songs and moving away from folk and trad. Let's look a little bit more at mainstream genres like rock, pop, alternative. There's absolutely tons to choose from here, but I think you'll all agree that there is one that stands out and it is hard to argue it. Let's have a listen to the three. Right, so before we start, as I said, there is so many to choose from. This was definitely a tough one. I'll just say that every fibre of me wanted to pick Orinoco Flow by Enya. But anyway, Hosier, Take Me to Church. It had blown up on YouTube, propelling Hosier into the global stage. Released in 2013, it resonated strongly in Ireland, where shifting public attitudes helped propel its popularity. With or Without You by U2, on the other hand, became one of their most popular iconic songs thanks to its emotional intensity and groundbreaking sound. Released in 1987, its atmosphere and themes of love, longing and inner conflict struck a chord with audiences worldwide. The track marked a turning point for the band, blending raw vulnerability with sonic innovation, especially through the Edge's use of sustained guitar effects. As the lead single from the Joshua Tree, it helped cement U2's global status and remains one of their most enduring and beloved songs. Next on the list, Zombie by the Cranberries. It became a global anthem for protest and remembrance, driven by its raw emotion and powerful lyrics condemning violence during the Troubles in Northern Ireland. Released in 1994, the song broke away from the band's usual dreamy sound, replacing it with grungy guitars and a fierce vocal performance from Dolores O'Riordan. In my opinion, it definitely summed up the atmosphere in Ireland at the time. Its blend of political commentary and haunting delivery struck a universal chord, making it one of the most recognisable protest songs of the 90s. On YouTube, Zombie has surpassed 1.7 billion views. Billion. Dramatically outpacing U2's With or Without You, which has around 600 million views, spread across several different channels. This highlights its massive and lasting global impact. For that reason, when we're talking about more modern mainstream songs, Zombie wins hands down. So I think you're starting to get the image now. It's not easy to pick the winner. We're trying to pick from simple tunes from traditional Irish music. You may not even know you know the song. We're also trying to measure it based off history, tragedy, and also sports. So let's have a listen to the winner. Yes, it's Father Ted Crilly and Father Dougal Maguire's 1996 Eurovision Song Contest entry, My Lovely Horse, running through the fields and getting showered with sugar lumps. Structurally, the song follows a classic verse-chorus format that lends itself well to emotional build and memorability. The vocal delivery, while understated, conveys a sincere longing that complements the pastoral imagery, and the use of gentle synthesizers and acoustic instrumentation adds a nostalgic, almost dreamy quality. It's a deceptively simple composition that balances melody and sentiment with impressive control, and it definitely wasn't stolen from Norway. Sorry about that, it had to be done. Joking aside, picking the most famous Irish song isn't easy. I don't know how many times I've said that. There's a ton of factors involved in it, and it would be unfair to leave some out. There's a ton of trad tunes out there that are absolutely amazing and vary in popularity by region. There's so many amazing Irish songs that I have left out that definitely deserve a spot in their own way, but I hope you can see that I tried to mention as many as possible across a broad range of genres. But I think we can all agree, no matter where you go, who you are, we have all heard of Zombie at one point in our life. The sheer amount of views on YouTube alone can't be ignored, and that's why for me, in my opinion, the most popular Irish song is Zombie by the Cranberries. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments, and we can have a wee debate down there. I've more than likely left some out and angered a few die-hard U2 fans, but just remember something I said earlier on. Orinoco Flow, or even May It Be, they would have been my pick if I could ignore the facts. But numbers don't lie. Dolores O'Riordan and the Cranberries left a mark on the world with Zombie, and I think the majority of you will agree with me. Thanks a million for watching. This was a little bit of a different video. I was messing around a bit there with Father Ted, so I had a good bit of fun with this one. But if you did enjoy the video, please give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment sharing your thoughts. As always, I love hearing from you. Check out the description below for links to our Discord community, the shop, and a few extra bits. And as usual, a huge shout out to our channel members. Your support always means a lot to me. Here's your names on screen. Thanks a million, everybody. You're the absolute best. If you'd like to join them and support more videos like this, just hit that join button down there below for a few extra perks. Anyway, enough rambling on from myself. As always, thanks again for tuning in. Hope you all have a great day. Slán go fóill. Cheers.